important exemption is 54F, which is again applicable only available only to individuals and HUFs. So 54 applicable to individuals and HUFs where there is a sale of residential house property. 54F again applicable only to individuals and HUFs where there is a transfer of any capital asset other than a residential house property. So you have two different things, but in effect 54 and 54F are similar because to get the exemption you have to invest in another residential house property. So if you sell a long-term capital asset which is not a residential house property, then if you have bought a new residential house property, purchased a new house 1 year before or 2 years after the date of sale of your asset, or constructed within 3 years, and you do not have more than one house property on the date of transfer. So the problem in the earlier section 54, there was no limit on how many properties you can own. So presuming that you have two houses, you sold one, you still had the option of investing in a second house, the third house, but after that sale you will have only two houses. So you had that option of buying one more house. But here, if you have one house, for example, and you have sold some jewelry, so it will come in that other than a house property. You have a long-term capital gains and you feel like buying a house property, you will not get the exemption because you already have one house property on the date of sale of the jewelry. So that in this section there is a restriction that if you already have a house property, then by buying another house you will not be able to get the exemption. And also the SSC should not purchase. So even if you don't have any other house and you buy a house, you will get the exemption. But the third condition is that you should not purchase or construct another second house property within 3 years. Otherwise you will lose the exemption. And what is the amount of exemption that you get? If the cost of the new house property is more than the amount of net sales consideration. So this is different from the earlier one where only capital gains had to be invested. I had given you an example. 1 crore is the sale price, capital gains is 40 lakhs. There you could have got an exemption if you invested only 40 lakhs. Here you have sold jewelry worth 1 crore, capital gains is only 40 lakhs, but to get the exemption you will have to invest the entire 1 crore. If you do not invest entire 1 crore and you invest say only 75 lakhs, the exemption that you will get will be proportionate. 75 lakhs upon 1 crore, meaning 75% of the capital gain. So in the same example, if 40 lakhs is the capital gains, 75% of that would be 30 lakhs. So the exemption will be 30 lakhs, and on the balance 10 lakhs you will need to pay the tax. So this is the way 54F works. So three important exemptions for long-term capital gains: 54 for residential houses, 54F for any other asset other than residential house, and 54EC for any property including residential house. Then there are next 2-3 slides are in respect of certain very rare cases. None of my clients has ever claimed this. I do not intend to get into the detail. It is there in the presentation which you can look at, but there is a 54B, 54D, etc., then 54G, GA, which are there. Interestingly, even in case of short-term capital gains, but as I said, they have been very rarely used, so I would not like to get into the details. In the last budget 2016, there has been an important development as far as exemption is concerned, and 54EE has been inserted to provide exemption from capital gains tax if the long-term capital gains proceeds are invested in units of specified fund as may be notified by the government. So central government is planning to set up a fund of funds where if you invest up to 50 lakhs, then you get an exemption. You need to keep that the investment has to be kept for 3 years, failing which exemption will be withdrawn. And there was already a section called 54GB which has been amended basically to encourage the Startup India movement, and where it has been said that if you sell your house, for example, to start a new business, a new startup, then that capital gains can be saved if you invest in the shares of the startup company. So basically there has been an amendment in the definition in the section 54GB which was already there but which has now been fine-tuned.